Okay, so from your three-legged down dog, you're going to circle the right knee around, dropping the right shoulder down so that you're keeping the shoulders nice and square. And then circle in the other direction. Trying to isolate that right hip. And then inhale, stretch it back, open it up. Exhale, right foot steps forward between the hands. Spin the left foot down, come up to warrior two. Gazes out over the right fingertips, shoulders are soft, arms are strong. Torso is stacked directly over the hips. The hips are nice and open. And I know my head's a little cut off here, but I want you to be able to see my feet. So heel of the right foot is lined up with the inner arch of the left foot. We're trying to get that right thigh parallel to the ground. Lots of energy through the left leg, rooting down through the outer edge of the left foot. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior. You're going to lengthen the front side of the body. Now you can either draw your left arm down the left leg or you can wrap it back around the waist. See what feels better for you. And your right arm is reaching towards the sky. Keep peeling that right hip open. Inhale. And then exhale, you're going to come into extended side angle with the elbow on the thigh. So left arm reaches overhead, your heart is lifting. You're keeping space between your head and your right shoulder. So there's lengthening going on here. There's also lengthening here. So we're not crunching down, we're not twisting or twerking the spine, and we're not dumping into the shoulder, the elbow, or the waist here at all. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, go ahead and straighten the front leg. Pivot your front toes. We're going to set up for Prasarita Padottanasana. So hands to the hips, checking out my feet here. Feet are parallel. Outer edges of the feet are lined up with the outer edges of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, slowly fold forward, coming down halfway. Hands come right underneath the shoulders. And take a moment here, lift your toes up, spread them out nice and wide. And then start to lift your kneecaps, helping to open through the backs of the legs. Lift up through your inner thighs. And then go ahead and release the forehead towards the ground, keeping the spine long. And then once you've come to the point where you feel like you're about at your maximum stretch, you can walk your hands back towards the line of your feet. Maybe bend the elbows like chaturanga arms. And then just seeing where you feel the stretch here. If you want to increase the stretch in the backs of the legs, you can send some weight forward towards the balls of the feet. You can lift your sitting bones up towards the sky. And then go ahead and take your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise with a flat back. Exhale, open back up to warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands to the ground. Step back to plank. And then lower down either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, now we have the left side. So inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, and then circle that left knee around for 3, 2, 1. Take it the other way. 3, 2, and 1. Stretch the knee back, open up the hip, inhale, exhale, left foot steps between the hands, spin the right foot down, rise up, warrior two. And now that you've seen my feet, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera so you can see what's going on with my arms a little bit more, so that I'm not just a headless yoga teacher here. See if that works. Almost. So same thing here. The left heel's lined up with the inner arch of the right foot. You want to try to get that left thigh parallel to the ground, shoulders soft. Lots of energy through the right leg. Rooting down through the outer edge of the right foot, keeping that left knee peeling open, keeping the torso right over the hips, keeping the hips opening. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Stretch the front of the body, and you get to choose if the arm goes down the back leg or wraps around the waist. Now, I have really long arms, so for me it helps for me to get my arm kind of out of the way. Good, inhale. And then exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow to the left thigh. Right arm spirals overhead. That right arm is by the ear. We want to keep that right shoulder blade retracted. So we want to make sure that the arm doesn't dump over the head, that the shoulder blade's retracted, and we can keep the heart lifted. And then being really aware of what's going on in your left side body, keeping space between that left ear and the left shoulder. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reverse. Keep the deep bend in the front knee. Then exhale, straighten the front leg, pivot the toes, setting up for Prasarita Padottanasana on this side. So go ahead and interlace the fingers behind the back, draw the knuckles down, lift the chest. Inhale, exhale, slowly dive forward, long, flat back, and then go ahead and just let the crown of the head release down towards the ground. Squeezing the palms together if possible. Start to reach your knuckles up towards the sky. Send some weight forward towards the balls of the feet. If you're not able to clasp your hands together here, you can always grab a towel or a strap if you have one and hold on to the fabric or the strap to help open up through the shoulders and chest. Ideally, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together here. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, rise with a flat back. Good. Exhale, open back up to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands come down, step back to plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, lower down, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths in down dog, or feel free to rest in child's pose here. Your next inhale, look forward from down dog, and exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Big toes are touching, little space between the heels. You're going to inhale into chair pose, Utkatasana, so sink your hips way back. Reach your arms forward and up, so we're coming into chair pose from the ground this time, rather than from standing. It's a little bit of a different sensation. So I'm going to adjust the camera again here so that you can see what's going on with my feet. So big toes are touching, little space between the heels. Knees are squeezing together, and then my bottom is way back. I can see my toes in front of my knees. You want to make sure if your knees are here, you're actually putting a lot of pressure on your knees, on your shins, and on your ankles. We want to take the pressure off the joints, and we want to really work the glutes and the quads here. You want to engage your core, scoop the belly in, lengthen through your tailbone. And remember, you can always goal post your arms as well if the shoulders are tight. Sink a little deeper. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now go ahead and straighten the legs, take a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. You're going to come back into your chair pose. Inhale, Utkatasana. This time, arms are going to sweep around, touch the floor. You sink your bottom down a little bit lower. You exhale here. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, sweep around. 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 3 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward, stretch out those legs. Heel toe your feet hip distance apart. You can measure 2 fist width with your palms. Then you're going to take hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. Press your thumbs into your big toenails. Open your elbows wide. Reach your heart towards your shins. Release the crown of the head towards the earth. Pull the shoulders back out of the neck. You can lift your sitting bones up towards the sky. Lift the kneecaps to deepen the stretch. And then release the grip on the toes. Heel toe your feet mat distance apart. Let your toes point out and come down into Malasana, squat pose. Opening through the inner thighs, the outer hips. Press the palms firmly into one another. Stay broad through the collarbones and the shoulders. Stay long through the spine. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself all the way down onto your mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Holding onto the ankles. Rock a little side to side. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Hands can clasp around the toes. Elbows can come in front of the shins, just depending on your range of motion for today. Eventually you release the head. And take some nice deep breaths here. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen the spine, rise up. Exhale, bring the knees together. Send them around behind you and make your way all the way down onto your belly. Go ahead and rest your left ear on the mat, shoulders relaxed, toes together, heels just flop out. Take a couple of breaths here. And then chin on the mat. You're going to zip your legs together like they're a tail. And then you're going to lift your legs up off the ground. You want to stretch the toes back behind you. And then scoop the belly in and up. Press down through the pubic bone. See if you can then lift your chest. If you need a little extra support here, you can goal post your arms and help yourself stay supported. Otherwise, if you're feeling pretty strong, go ahead and bring your arms around in front of you. And then you're going to release your left foot down. Keep your right leg lifted and then lift your left arm. And then switch. Left leg lifts, right arm lifts. And then switch. And we're going to just pick up the pace. Switch, 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 switch. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Arms by the sides, right ear to the mat, toes together, heels apart. If you're feeling any tension in your low back, you can bend your knees and just let your lower legs sway side to side. And then just release, take the feet mat distance apart now. Chin comes onto the mat, goalpost the arms. Press into the arms, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the legs. Again, you can keep the arms down to support, or you can float the arms up off the ground. Yogi's choice here, you're going to bring the legs together and then apart. Exhale, squeeze together, inhale, open. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest left ear on the mat. Let everything soften. Come back to the center. Same setup. Feet mat distance apart, goalpost the arms, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the legs. Okay, this time, if you're able to float the arms up off the ground, you're going to reach your arms forward as your legs come together and then pull the arms back as the legs separate. If you're keeping your arms on the ground to modify, just do another set of the legs. So it's inhale, exhale. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Again, if you're building up any tension in the low back, just windshield wiper the legs. And then bring your hands under your shoulders and press yourself all the way up and back to child's pose, Balasana. Walk your hands in towards your knees and slowly roll up so that you're sitting on your shins. And then we're going to stretch our quads a little bit here. So you want to bring your bottom down between your heels. So if you need to modify, you can place a block or a blanket underneath your sitting bones here. So you can stay right here, Virasana. If you know you can take a little more depth here, you can begin to walk your hands back. Just make sure the knees don't lift up off the ground, so keep the legs pressing together. Maybe you come down to the forearms. Maybe you come all the way down into a full reclining Virasana, Supta Virasana. You can goalpost your arms, or you can reach your arms overhead or even clasp opposite elbows. Squeeze the knees together and press them downward. And when you're ready to come up, if you're all the way reclined, you want to start by coming up onto the elbows. Use your core so there's no twisting going on here. Then up to the palms, moving in one straightforward direction. And then go ahead and swivel your legs around in front of you. Flexing the feet, move the fleshy parts away from the sitting bones. Sit up really nice and tall, staff pose, Dandasana. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, long flat back. You can hold on to whatever you naturally reach. It can be the feet, the legs. Eventually you release the head, just breathing into the backs of the legs, the back side of the body. And then inhale, reach the arms to the sky, come on back up. Exhale, float the hands down. You're either going to take reverse plank, Purvottanasana. So you're going to point the toes, keep the legs straight, and then press up. You want to really stretch the whole front side of the body. So you want to lift the hips, lift the chest. Maybe the head comes back. Otherwise, you take reverse plank, bend the knees, and then come up here. Same concept, you're stretching the front side of the body. Slowly come down, scoot your bottom towards the front of the mat, dig your heels in, toes up. Either lower down with arms outstretched, holding on, or if you need to use your hands, you can. And we're going to come down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch and reach arms and legs in opposition. Take a big breath in. And exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. Okay, one last glute strengthening exercise here. You're going to set up for bridge pose. And you're going to place your hands on the mat, face down. You're going to slowly lift your hips, your low back, your mid back, your upper back. And we're going to leave it right there. We're not going to come all the way up onto the shoulders for this one. And then you're going to float your right leg up off the ground. And then you're going to lift and lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the right foot down. Take a moment, neutralize, and then float the left leg up. Lift and lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, left foot comes down. Now go ahead and take a nice stretchy bridge, so you can maybe walk your heels in a little closer to your bum. Come up a little higher. See if you can interlace the fingers underneath you, coming up onto those shoulders now. And then really get a good stretch for the front side of the body. Lifting the hips, lifting the chest. Gaze is straight up at the ceiling. And then slowly release. Reach the arms to the sky. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Stretch limbs in opposition. Take a breath in. Exhale, hug knees into chest. Circle the knees around, massaging the low back in one direction. And then the other. Good. Okay, now we're going to take the feet wider apart. I lied, I said one last glute exercise, but it's really two. But it's kind of like part 1 and part 2 of the same concept. Okay, so feet are going to be mat distance apart for this one. And hands are going to press firmly into the mat. And you're just going to take little tiny bridge lifts. So with the legs wider apart, you're getting a little bit more into those outer glutes. We're just lifting and lowering. We're not releasing all the way down to the mat. We just release a little bit. And the emphasis is more on the lift. Really squeezing the glutes with each and every lift. Exhaling each time you lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Take the soles of the feet together. Let the knees flop out. Supta Baddha Konasana. We want to just rest and relax the glutes, the inner thighs, and the hips. Take some big belly breaths now. Take the hands to the outer thighs. Now zip the legs together. And you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh for a figure 4 stretch. Reach your arms through, thread the needle. You're either going to hold on to your left hamstring, or maybe it's your left shin. Keep your feet flexed to protect your knees. Your right knee is pressing away from you as you're pulling your left knee in towards you. Shoulders relax back and down. Your low back stays connected to the ground. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your legs in this figure 4 shape. Open your arms out like a T, and you're going to roll onto your left hip. You're going to press your right ankle against your left thigh. Root your right shoulder blade down. You want to press your right knee out away from you so you're creating resistance. And as you do this, you should feel a lovely stretch in that right glute and hip area and down the IT band of the right leg. Gaze goes to the right so you can emphasize the twisting action here. Close your eyes and just breathe, allowing yourself to find some release here. And then slowly come back to the center. And switch. Left ankle over the right thigh, flexing the feet. And threading the needle, either hugging the hamstring or reaching around for the shin. Left knee is resisting away from you. Right knee is pulling in towards you. Shoulders relax back and down. Try to keep that right calf parallel to the ground so the leg is active. If you just collapse down, you're not going to feel the stretch in the same way. If you keep that leg active, it's going to really allow you to get into the deeper parts of that left glute. Nice full deep breaths. Keep the legs as they are. Open the arms out like a T. Roll onto the right hip. And you're going to press your left ankle against your right thigh just above the right knee. Press that left knee away from you. Root the shoulders down. And gaze goes over to the left. Shoulders are releasing. Chest is opening. Feel that lovely stretch in the outer left hip and glute area and down the IT band of the left leg. And then release back to center. Hug your knees up towards your armpits this time, so you're trying to bring them on the outsides of the rib cage. You can take a happy baby if you'd like, or you can just hug the knees. Maybe you rock a little side to side. And then softly release everything down to the mat, coming into Shavasana, your final resting pose. So just allow the feet to flop out. Legs are nice and wide. Arms rest by the sides of the body, leaving space between your arms and your torso. So you have some room here. Shoulder blades tuck underneath you. The back of the neck is long. The chin is just slightly released a little towards the chest. Just feel everything softening. Your bones are becoming heavy. Your breath just returns to normal. Your jaw relaxes. Eyes fall back in their sockets. Scalp relaxes. All the creases in the forehead are released. And then just take these next few minutes to absorb the benefits of your practice. And stay here as long as you'd like. And I appreciate you taking the time to practice yoga and for allowing me to be your guide. Signing off, this is Adrienne Marie Peters with Yoga Dance Fitness. Namaste.